These chocolate and oatmeal bars are a classic no-bake Argentine dessert that goes by many names.
Turrón Turco, Turkish Nougat, Turrón de Avena, Oatmeal Nougat, Turrón Quaker Nougat.
And it's called that because a lot of the oatmeal in Argentina is sold under the brand Quaker Oats. It's also known as Nougaton, Big Nougat, and perhaps another name that I have never heard of before. Basically, like a lot of other no-bake Argentine desserts, it consists of layers. Normally, it's a chocolate fudge with oatmeal and a galleta de soda, a savory cracker. So very often the brand Criollitas. And basically it's like a saltine that's not salty. So it's a cracker that's not really salty, it's not sweet, and it's just used in between these layers of oatmeal fudge. I have been playing with this recipe because I think it's something that people in the United States would like, but we don't have galletas de soda here, or they're very hard to find. So I use saltines, and I have to admit I did change the recipe a bit, but I was kind of underwhelmed, so I'm going to give it another try. I also want to give it a try now because I know with the current state of the world, not everything is in the store. I don't know about where you live, but where I live, flour and eggs are still kind of hard to come by. So I wanted to give you another flourless and eggless dessert. I am using graham crackers this time because even though they're not traditional in the Argentine recipe, I think it would go over better in the United States because I think saltines and fudge, a lot of people in the United States would go kind of, Parnell, I think you've lost your chef hat. But I think graham crackers, people will be more interested in that. And I did some research online. Seems like a lot of people like chocolate covered graham crackers. So there's that. And cinnamon and chocolate go together well, I think. And a lot of people like to add cinnamon to their oatmeal. So with all those reasons, I think that graham crackers are good for an Americanized version of this Argentine classic. There are as many recipes for this as there are names. Some use sweet condensed milk, some use dulce de leche, some use butter. Just a lot of different ways of going about it. But I'm going to go about it in a way that I think is going to be the easiest. So in this 8x8 dish, I already started putting down the graham crackers. Unlike things like chocotorta and other no-bake desserts from Argentina, I am not going to dunk the graham crackers in any liquid. I'm just going to put them in the dish. Over here, I'm going to have to break them in half or something, but I'll get to that in a minute. In this bowl, I'm going to add one 13.5 ounce can of sweetened condensed milk. This microwave safe bowl with just your average can of sweetened condensed milk, not evaporated milk. This is the condensed milk that already has the sugar in it. I'll scrape that in a minute. And then one, how big is this? 12 ounce or 340 gram bag of, I'm using semi-sweet chocolate chips. Personally, I think that milk chocolate would be a bit too sweet, but if you really like milk chocolate, go right on ahead and do that. I'm going to put this in the microwave in 1 minute increments until everything is melted. I know this probably sounds similar to other microwave fudge recipes because like I said, it's basically fudge with mix-ins. So I'm going to measure out the oatmeal and I will melt this in the microwave. I'll bring you back. I just finished melting the chocolate. It was in the microwave for a total of 2.5 minutes. 1 minute, then I stirred, another minute I stirred, and then 30 seconds, and then I stirred it again. Now I'm going to add the oatmeal, 1 cup or 80 grams. Last time I added 2 cups, 160 grams, and I also melted the chocolate and the sweet condensed milk together for 3 minutes. And honestly, I felt like this mixture, this chocolate oatmeal mixture, was a little dry. And I think it might have been because I microwaved the chocolate for a little too long and I added a little too much oatmeal. So I'm going to try something different this time. Excuse me. So now that everything is combined, I am going to start layering it in. As you can see, I finished the other side of the mold. I broke apart some graham crackers. Doesn't have to be pretty as long as it tastes good. So will that stay? Maybe not. No, it did not stay, but that's okay. Now I'm just going to, like I said, put this mixture over the top. You might see I have a little bit of butter here. I went back and forth about adding the butter. I wasn't sure if maybe this needed a little more liquid or a little more something to make the cookies or crackers, whatever I added to it, softer. I'm going to leave it out because I do try to keep the calories low if possible. But also I know that times are kind of hard and maybe you lost your job or maybe you can't find butter or you are trying to limit your time outside of the house, which is totally understandable. So I think for now at least, fewer ingredients, if at all possible, is better. Maybe what I should have done is I should have put little dabs of this on the bottom. That way it would have kind of glued the graham crackers to the bottom. I wouldn't have to worry about them coming up like they are. Oh well. Now I'm going to finish the second layer. And honestly, you probably want to work semi-quickly because you don't want the the fudge mixture to get too hard. So now I'm just going to put the graham crackers in. On this side, I put in the bits of graham cracker, so I wanted to put a whole graham cracker over there this time. This graham cracker container is, how much is it? 14.4 ounces. And I'm not using all of it, but if you have a 14.4 ounce of graham crackers, that should be more than enough. You know what, I'm gonna do it this way this time. Maybe we won't have to break as many parts. That'd be nice. Wow, look at that. Didn't have to destroy as many graham crackers this time. And like I said earlier in the video, I know this is not the traditional Argentine recipe, but I think since we don't have the right type of cracker, or they're really hard to find, and I know not everyone will be able to find the right type of cracker, I said, why don't I try something that I think people will be able to find more or less easily. I'm going to put crumbs over here. And there are some Argentine recipes that I'm going to make that are going to require maybe a little bit of hunting for ingredients, but I do want to give you things that you can make easily. Like I've been saying, especially now. So now I'm just putting on the top actually I'm gonna see if I could use this now. That might be better. And also, like I said, I think the cinnamon will go well with the oatmeal and the chocolate. And also, while researching this recipe, I realized how many people really like chocolate covered graham crackers. So with everything taken into consideration, I think at least trying it with graham crackers is a good idea. I think purists will understand that sometimes you just gotta find a substitution for things. Like I said, you probably want to work somewhat quickly because it is starting to harden a little bit. But so far I think this probably is better than last time, not microwaving the chocolate for as long and not adding quite as much oatmeal. I think there's going to be more moisture left over in the filling to soften the graham crackers. Because really what I didn't like last time is that the saltines, they didn't really get super soft, and they just had an odd texture. It was like, I don't even know how to describe it. Crackers and fudge. Not super appetizing. I mean, it wasn't terrible, but it was not my best work. I try to always give my followers recipes that are tried and true, recipes that I like, or if I don't like them, maybe I think other people like them, but that one thing that I made, like I said, it wasn't bad, but I, as a chef, would not want people to make it. So, there. Now my Turrón Turco. This is also, I think, a Christmas thing. Not exactly sure why, but a lot of people in Argentina seem to like nougats around Christmas. Is that why? I don't know. Now this, I'm going to let cool, and then I'll probably put it in the refrigerator. And once it hardens, it'll be time to serve. I am excited. It doesn't have to be perfect. Did I have a piece of... Yes. I'm going to try this because I'm really curious. I have to see how this is. Really good. Wow, that's actually really good. This Americanized Turrón Turco going to be delicious. It's now been a little over 2.5 hours since I finished making my chocolate oatmeal bars with graham crackers. They are cool to the touch, except right in the middle here, maybe ever so slightly warm, but they're basically cooled down. I'm not going to wait any longer. I want to see how they are. So let's see how my Turrón Turco, or Turrón Quaker de Avena, whatever you want to call it, a lot of names. Let's see how it turned out. Like I said earlier, I think that the graham crackers are the way to go. It's cutting nicely. spatula. Oh wow, look. Just ever so slightly warm. That's okay. So here's my Turrón Turco. I'm going to take some pictures. I'm going to give it a try. You can see those great layers. I'm excited. It smells wonderful. Now it's time to try my chocolate oatmeal bars with graham crackers. My United States version of Argentine Turrón Turco. Let's see. I like it. It's a lot better than the saltine version. I feel like less oatmeal is better. I feel like less oatmeal absorbed less moisture, so more of the moisture went into the graham crackers. The graham crackers softened a bit on the part that's on the top or on the bottom. The part that had contact with the chocolate, that softened a bit, but not the inside, so that part is still crunchy. You taste the cinnamon, you can taste the chocolate, you can taste the oatmeal. Like I said, cinnamon goes really well with chocolate. It goes really well with oatmeal, so this definitely works. The biggest difference compared to last time is that besides using saltines last time, the chocolate isn't as hard this time. And I think it's maybe because I didn't cook it as long in the microwave. I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Everything was harder last time. But I think this time there's a nice contrast in texture between the soft chocolate and the crunchy graham cracker. And the oatmeal adds flavor, but it also makes the chocolate not as intense. So even though this has a lot of chocolate and sweet condensed milk, it's really not that sweet. So if you're looking for something that's not super sweet, that has chocolate, that's a no-bake dessert, I think you should try these. These are good. Well, I'm gonna finish eating this. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that you make these. This is just an example of how sometimes when you make a recipe, it doesn't turn out how you would like the first time, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the idea or the concept is wrong. It just needs to be tweaked. And also, when you make the cuisine of another country, sometimes you have to substitute things because you can't get exactly the same thing. And yeah, I'm just happy with how this turned out. It's a good no-bake dessert. These chocolate oatmeal bars. I hope you try them. I'm sure you'll like them. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.